Hello to the people, Weston here, playing Life is Strange. At least attempting to. Let's see where this takes me. I don't know basically anything about this game, and I do mean anything. I know that it seems to be well known. I know that it's probably some sort of an adventure game, but beyond that, I'm fairly clueless. I have heard the name Chloe. Maybe that's the protagonist, I have no idea. Is it about time travel? Something like that? No clue, no idea. So this isn't just a blind playthrough. This is a blind playthrough with a service dog and a walking cane. Oh, never mind. Let's just give this a go. Because basically every single time I actually try, I do not end up regretting it. But maybe that's because I'm so careful. Right, what is this game? Life is Strange is a story-based game that features player choices. The consequences of all of your in-game actions and decisions will impact the past, present, and future. Choose wisely. Oh, great. How appropriate, considering the fact that I fear making the wrong choice so much. Okay. A storm. It was a dark and stormy night. A forest. The woods. But I did. Okay, who is that? She's in a forest, in a storm. She's got some hell ties on her wrist. Maybe these are wrist bands on her wrist. Who are you, young lady?
Where am I?
Are you me?
What's happening?
That's what I want to know. You tell me. Oh, I forgot to turn on the thing.
I'm trapped in a storm? How did I get here? And where is here? Wait, there's the lighthouse. I'll be safe if I can make it there.
Will you though?
I hope. Please let me make it there.
All right, this is a... Whoa! Gotta lower the DPI. Do I have an inventory? Can I sprint? Is there anything, literally anything else I can find? Because I want to treat this like an adventure game. For all I know, there's something to be found here. Hold on, these... are these picnic tables? Is that how picnics work? I mean, aren't you supposed to just have a blanket? Well, what are these sorts of tables you would expect in certain locations? But this is therefore not a place completely devoid of human life. And of course there is the lighthouse. Okay. Who are you? Why are you here?
Use Max, you can make it.
Max, okay. Use caution, on trail, dangerous drop-offs. Okay, Max. Gotta remember that. Your name is Max. What is that on your shoulder? Cool story indeed. Alright, you've got a messenger bag. That's perfectly fine and kosher. Yes, of course. I don't mind you having a messenger bag. What? This is the sort of situation I get myself into when I insist on commentating on things. With no regard for how relevant they may be. Okay, what happened here? Building materials scattered about. Be not afraid. The storm is beautiful. Look at it. Look at it. And whoa, that's that is one hell of a twister. That's quite a tornado. That is quite the natural phenomenon over there. It's like a tsunami. And
Feels like the end of the world.
Yeah, no kidding. What on earth is going on here? A natural phenomenon, more like a supernatural phenomenon. All right, Max. I believe.
Holy shit.
That is one way of putting it. Yes, look at that. It's awe-inspiring. I guess that makes you awful. As in filled with awe. Max.
Whoa. That was so surreal.
Famously called film Little Pieces of Time. But he could be talking about photography, as he likely was.
Okay. I'm
These
in
pieces of
class.
time can frame a
Everything's cool.
scenario.
I am okay.
From light to shadow, from color to chiaroscuro. Now, can you give me an example of a photographer who perfectly captured the human condition in
I
black and
didn't
white?
fall asleep.
Perfectly capture the human condition.
It sure didn't feel like a dream.
Did anyone?
Bueller?
Weird.
Diane Arbus.
There you go, Victoria. Why Arbus?
Because of her images of hopeless faces, you feel like totally haunted by the eyes of those sad mothers and children.
She saw humanity as tortured, right? And frankly, it's bullshit. Shh, 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 shh. Keep that to yourself. Seriously, though, I could frame any one of you in a dark corner and capture you in a moment of desperation.
You could.
And any one of you could do that to me. Isn't that too easy? Too obvious? What if Arbus chose to capture people at the height of their beauty or innocence? She had a brilliant eye, so she could have taken another approach.
I have to admit, I'm not a big fan of her work. I prefer Robert Frank.
Then why did you mention her?
Me too, Victoria. He captured the essence of post-war beat America, and there was honesty about the economic conditions of the era, but a beauty in the struggle. You don't have beauty without a beat, which explains why Frank was Kerouac's photographic muse, and both were the great chroniclers of the 1950s. Well, we've all seen that iconic shot of Kerouac on the balcony, and if you haven't, shame, shame. Capturing the romantic urban solitude of the 20th century poet. You dig? Now, contrast Frank's stark Americana with Salvador Dali's surrealist photographs. Like Cocteau, he was a true Renaissance man, and his famous self-portraits are famous early examples of that truly awful word you pesky kids love so much. The selfie. And it's a great tradition, and I wholeheartedly fight for your right to self-expression. Or selfie expression. Sorry, I know. So if anybody wants to question the portrait as modern narcissism, they could go back hundreds of years to blame society. Speaking of questions, I bet you thought I'd talk all the way until the bell rang. It's your turn to lecture us. Now, based on the chapters I have no doubt you all memorized, who can tell me the name of the actual process that led to the birth of the self-portrait?
Can you, Max? Oh my goodness.
Anybody? This does not bode well.
Yeah, no kidding. So many things strike me over here. Hey, can I just wait this out?
Just jump right in with an answer.
No, I think I'll wait. Where's the clock? Is there no clock? I am immediately struck by the intuition that these people are completely insufferable, but I don't know who's more
This is in
insufferable.
the chapters you read.
What do we have here? I could this might progress the story. If I actually do what the prompt is telling me to do, I might possibly push time forward. I mean, I literally have the prompt, not only
You
down
did
here,
read
but
the
up there.
chapters, right?
Hold left mouse button and drag towards look, then release the left mouse button. Oh, I see. Of course, because you have mouse look. So obviously, if you want to interact with something, how do you actually tell the game that you want to use the
silence
cursor?
is deafening.
That you want to use the cursor rather than free look. To one extent, a part of me wishes I had.
If this were a photo, I'd call it a still life.
Yeah, no kidding. I wonder when he'll run out of things to say, because in most circumstances like that, I would just listen to him until he starts looping or until he runs out of lines. It's at least the way I'm used to dealing with these sorts of things.
Anybody? This does not bode well.
I believe he has started looping, which does bode well, ironically enough. I don't know what my attitude is to this necessarily, because I appreciate this to an extent.
Just jump right in with an answer.
I kinda wish I had a more in-depth understanding of the subject matter. Because then I could more competently comment on the entire thing. Now, unfortunately,
This was in the chapters you read.
unfortunately, my understanding of American history and art history in general is going to be severely limited Not that I am just an engineer, but with what passes for my liberal arts education,
You did read the chapters, right?
I've mostly focused on philosophy, so there's that. So, oh, come on. But... Oh, right, of course. You look at this, you hold the response button.
Is deafening.
And then you drag it, right, drag it towards the look and release. Okay, look at the photo.
Look at this crap. How can I show this to Mr. Jefferson? I can hear the class laughing at me now.
Right. You're a young artist. As if that wasn't obvious from the get-go. Yes, we can see. I guess the background information here is quite blatant. Yes, you are a student in a liberal arts college somewhere in America, basically, indubitably, unmistakably. And you are filled with self-doubt. And you either daydream or you are actually transported to some sort of a mysterious dimension. Filled with a lot of turmoil. Yes, very... Why do I do this to myself and others? Right. So as everyone here sits in apathy and silence...
If this were a photo, I'd call it a still life.
All I can do is just interact with stuff around me. Let's see. What do I have? There's the bag. Anything curious behind me? Anything of note, really? Take selfie. Really? Right
Anybody?
here in class. There's the pencil case.
This does not bode well.
The photo, the journal, the bag. You know, you could just hypothetically jump in and answer his question. Now you presumably are sufficiently
I
competent.
should take a picture to prove I'm still here.
Just jump
Plus, it's
right in with
perfect
an
for my
answer.
portfolio. And I have to get my daily selfie quota.
What on earth is wrong with you? You...
Look at this crap. How can I show this to Mr. Jefferson? I can hear the class laughing at me now.
Clearly, her motivations
I
are...
can't believe I still have this pencil case. I should upgrade to the 21st century. But I like it old school.
My ability to relate to this game might prove to be severely limited.
You did.
I haven't
read the
kept up with my
chapters,
journal as
right?
much as I should.
I don't know, should you? Is there some sort of an existing obligation for you to... Okay, look at the camera.
I do love my analog camera. I should take a quick picture now.
Your silence is deafening.
Oh, right. For a moment there I was wondering, hold on, why is this so retro? Why is this so old? Is it perhaps that the time period we are in ultimately is supposed to be indicative?
If this were a photo, I'd call it a still life.
Well, is this supposed to be indicative of the time period? No. No, she's just a hipster. Ugh. I'm trying my best not to be biased over here. Well, try harder.
Anybody?
You literally have a chick
This does not bode well.
with what, magenta-colored hair over there. Weston, be nice. This does not bode well. Your silence is deafening.
Just jump right in with an answer.
And instead of having the right sort of attitude for class, instead of... Of course, she's an artistic free spirit, and instead of actually paying attention to...
My little camera bag is battered, but still kicking.
This was in the chapters you read.
Instead of jumping in and answering, instead of having something insightful to impart, instead of being up to date as far as the knowledge and the understanding of the facts is concerned, instead of being passionate about the subject, she's going to fiddle with stuff around her. I would really, really like to avoid that, but
did
it's
read
not
the
like the
chapters,
game is
right?
really giving me much of a choice, ironically enough, given the fact that I was told that I would effectively be making all these sorts of choices, that this would be a fundamental part of the gameplay. I can't. All I can possibly do in these circumstances is fiddle around with the stuff in front of me,
Your silence
instead of
is
actually engaging with the class material during class, as I would be intensely inclined to do as the sort of person I am. Read your journal during class,
this were a
take a
photo,
selfie during
I'd call it a
class.
still life.
How obvious. Fine. Read your
If
journal.
anybody else looked at this, what would they think?
Stop being... Why do you care what other people think? Fuck them! A bit extreme of a sentiment, I do concede. And even past me does concede, doesn't he? Do I apologize for the language? Fair enough, I do apologize for the language, but all the same, the attitude is so foreign to me, so insufferable. No, do your own thing! I guess I could have edited this to not make myself look as bad, but that would kind of defeat the purpose, so I leave this in. A desperate search for identity, isn't it? Well, you know what? Maybe I should just read the text in front of me. How about I do that? How about I actually engage with the material in front of me, like I just wanted to do? How about I do with the game what I wanted her to do with the class? Shall we? Instead of going off on a tangent that isn't particularly fueled by the source material in front of me, but mostly by my own projections as well as my attitudes and social issues, yada yada yada. The 10th of July 2013, I got accepted into Blackwell Academy. If words could dance, this would be a rave, even though I've never been to one. Well, neither have... But who cares, because I got into Blackwell Academy. Good for you. I didn't think I would be so excited, since it's not like I didn't used to live in the same town. But when I saw the text from the Blackwell Scholarship Office, I could literally feel my pulse speed up. How is my pulse? 78. It's not speeding up. I thought it was going to say, sorry, thanks for playing. It took me a few seconds before I read the whole thing. I guess I wanted to enjoy that last moment of blissful ignorance. And when I saw the first word, congratulations. How long can you enjoy the blissful ignorance if you don't even read the first word? And when I saw the first word, congratulations, I think I screamed. You think you don't really have much of a recollection of the entire... My mom cried! And my dad laughed. They're so weird. But they're happy, and this means extra financial support, because they don't have to pay anything to Blackwell. This means new clothes, and if I can work it on your laptop. Scholarship, Weston. She's smart. Oh. And I have to keep telling myself in caps that I am going to Blackwell Academy. Yes, I understand. I can't shake the feeling that I'm being horrible here. That's because you are. Maybe this isn't a game for me. Not every single game has to be for me. I like almost everything. I've liked basically every single thing I've ever played. But somehow this doesn't speak to me. And that's not necessarily on the game. Maybe that's on me. Maybe that's on the relationship between me and the game. Sorry. But I do speak to you, and presumably the game not speaking to me might be speaking to you through me speaking to you about the game. The 18th of August 2013, so this is it. I'm leaving Seattle to go back to Arcadia Bay. If I could have a gander over at the map where all these places are located, presumably some of them are fictional. I presume Seattle exists, but what do I know? Usually people go to the high school closest to home. I suppose I am too. It's just I haven't lived there for 5 years. Out of all the best photography programs in the world, I choose to go to the smallest. Back in the town I was excited about leaving. High school, Weston, not uni. Okay, I understand. So she wants to become a photographer, which makes perfect logical sense. Fine. So some information we can possibly divine out of this. Blackwell Academy. Yes, back in her hometown. And she wants to become a photographer. She's an artist at heart. You hardly could have gotten any further away from who I am and how I feel and how I think. Which isn't bad, because I do love inhabiting characters that are very far away from me. But once again, it's jarring, it's annoying. But I will persevere. I will persevere, damn it. I could have instead given up on the game entirely. I could have cast it aside, not given it a first shake, and I would have been a fool to do so. Alright. Out of all the best photography programs in the world, I chose to go to the smallest back in the town I was excited about leaving. We wanted to come back all along, just to see if Chloe and I are still even friends. Chloe! Yeah, that name rings a bell. I think this game is supposed to Yeah, that's supposed to be a Chloe. Well, this is Chloe. Chloe is a friend of Max, who is presumably the protagonist. Or maybe Chloe is the protagonist since this is a tutorial. Who knows? But I do wish Chloe could have moved with us to Seattle. Well, she didn't. That city was made for her, was it though? When we would play pirates in our rooms and in the woods, it seemed like Seattle was that fabled faraway island of treasure and adventure that we were always seeking. With coffee shops. Ah, yes, of course. Yes, a treasure island with coffee shop. Serenity now, serenity now. Gotta set aside a dose of American bashing and whatever. Bashing in general. And just get it out of my system at one point and then continue on with the game. Yeah, give it a bash. But Seattle wasn't like a fable. No kidding. Au contraire. That's great. That's great. You know, yeah, I may very well do the same, but I do it with a different language. You know what language I do it with? Have a guess. Now Blackwell Academy seems more exotic to me than any other place in the world. Yes, we get it. Hometown Blackwell Academy. To study photography under Mark Jefferson. Sigh! In all caps. Insert hearts and flowers. You could just insert hearts and flowers. Literally, you insufferable look. Weston, what did we decide? Plus, there'll be cool, diverse students from everywhere. Rogos, help me. It won't be like my high school now. Yes, I would love to give a Southern Belle voice, but that one wouldn't fit, now would it? It won't be like my high school now. I never really found a groove with my classmates, all boys. I'm playing a woman who doesn't get along with men and gets along with at least one other woman. I've chosen poorly. No time to explain why, but yeah, I stand by that. I'm lucky I have a couple great friends here, but it's time to ship out. Yeah, no ship. Oh dear. Be strong, Weston. Be strong for the game. Life is indeed strange. So maybe Arcadia Bay will actually turn out to be the island of treasure and adventure I've been looking for. Shit, it's crazy here. What with a K? Oh no. I don't want to purposefully find faults with every single thing. This is just a sort of mindset and sort of attitude and sort of frenzy you can put yourself in. Yep. But the more you put yourself in that, the more you will start finding fault with literally everything. Which can be amusing for a bit, but it gets very annoying very quickly, so I really should stop. I didn't realize how much crap I had to pack until I had to pack all my crap. Mom and Dad are getting a little too excited I'm clearing out my room. Though I caught Mom crying when she was packing my shirts. That made me want to cry like a little girl. And never leave Seattle. So instead of packing, I feel like burning all my clothes. Then just raiding a thrift store to buy up a new Max wardrobe over my junior year. Not that I even have an old Max wardrobe. Nobody will know me except for Chloe. And who knows how different we are now. So I can cut my hair, get a tat and some piercings. Maybe date a cute foreign exchange artist from Paris or Rome. I can do anything. Unless I get busted. In what way? And there'll be so many super cool chances for my photography to get exposed. I don't think that's good for photography. Thinking about that is, when I get scared, but excited. And then I don't feel like crying at all. I get tingles down my arms, sensing the universe opening up for me. I can't wait to leave. I just want things to be different at Blackwell. Yes, go you, indeed. The 2nd of September 2013. 7 minutes past midnight, okay. My first entry from my new dorm room, the night before my first day at Blackwell. Phew, I haven't had any time to write or even take pictures since I got here. My shit is in boxes all over the room. I sincerely hope you just mean your items. Which is small. The room, of course. But mine! And I never want to leave. I can't wait to decorate. I plan a whole wall of photos. Ah, yes! I've seen those. It's mostly, murderous psychopaths that have those. With cut-off heads or something. Or photos of a single person, too. Except being the sort of person you are, those would probably be photos of you.
They literally are.
Maybe with a cut-off head. I did meet some of my doll mates, though that's not how you spell though! Though I suck at remembering names. Okay, well, at least we have one thing in common. So I won't bother right now. You haven't managed to... Hold on. You haven't memorized a single person? But I think I can already see who's going to be cool to me and who's not. It's a bitch trying to get settled into a new school and social scene after I finally found good friends in Seattle. But I'm here now, and this is the start of my new life. Sweet dreams. This is going to be such a trait. The 3rd of September 2013, Blackwell sucks ass! I told myself not to whine so soon, but damn! Well, you and me both, Max, you and me both! The day started like Christmas morning. I barely had any dreams because I was so pumped to start my first official day of my new life. Like a dog, I couldn't figure out what to wear, so I chose what was on the floor. I'm no good with names and faces right away, but I picked up some names like Kate Brooke Taylor, and how could I forget Victoria Chase? Okay, Victoria Chase. Rich, stylish, entitled. I could feel instant judgment when she looked at my raggedy-ass clothes. As if I'm at Blackwell to strike fashion poses. Maybe I'm being extra crispy sensitive, but I think Victoria wants life to be like her own reality show. Ugh. Okay. VC over here. VC Victoria Chase. Gotta remember that. That's a human being out there. That we apparently don't like, but hey, what do I know? Frankly, considering my reaction to Max, maybe Victoria's got a point though. Did I lose my pulse for a sec? So that wasn't fun. Along with my general social unease. Okay, fine, social unease, fine. I thought it would be easier being back. Call the Wambulance. Sarcasm is for me to do and for you to be the victim of game, not the other way around. I don't want this day to end all woe with Max. It was incredible to walk across the green campus in the morning mist. Okay. That is the sort of imagery I can appreciate. I do like the language here. Walk across the green campus in the morning mist. I love the stone steps and brick walls of Blackwell. Everything is a picture waiting to be taken. Yes, photographer, I know. Speaking of, at least one great thing did happen today. Mr. Jefferson's photography class. Sigh. There's more to tell, but General, forgive me. I'm truly wiped out. Ah, yes, you're knackered. September the 4th. Oh, you're not putting the... You know what? No, fine. Keep it cool. I have an assload of homework already. So much bullshit. I'm sorry, I just can't necessarily get over the language. I do appreciate and even approve of profanities in certain circumstances. I do believe they can be warranted in order to express certain attitudes you may feel towards the world in general, but this just... It just strikes me as so utterly pathetic in every single way. It goes against a certain type, plays into a completely different one, and the one it plays into doesn't play into me, as I have mentioned numerous times already. Please give us noobs a day to acclimate. But to prove I'm not a total loser, I made a new friend in my science class. His name is Warren Graham, and he's a serious geek. Plus, he's dark and witty. Yeah, which goes to show that she herself does not consider herself a geek, doesn't happen to be a geek.
Scholarship.
Yeah, which once again, one more blow to the character, one more annoying thing. How can I be you, Max? How can I be you? How can I bring myself to be you? He comes across as kind of a know-it-all. He's a geek. He probably, for all I know, he does know it all. At the very least, he probably knows significantly more than you do. You know, just maybe invest in no. But it turns out he does kind of know a lot. Thank you! We talked about photographers and he actually named a few I'd never heard of. What do you know? A guy who seems to have a degree of self-confidence has a degree of competence. Oh my goodness, how annoying. You can't bash him for being too
Stop.
We traded numbers and he'll be a good study partner or a good friend. I need at least one based on the clique action here. Okay, fine. So there's Victoria C. Chase. And this guy is Warren Graham, WG. Warren Graham, gotta remember that guy. I thought being 18 meant I didn't have to deal with this teenage drama anymore. I thought. Cannot relate. For a variety of bizarre reasons. Yeah, whatever. At least I get to research famous photographers for some of my homework. Yes, because you're of course you... Mr. Jefferson assigned us a ton of reading. Yes, but this is exactly what I want to study. No kidding! You're supposed to be a photographer. You're studying photography, and you were assigned stuff to read about photography. What did you expect?
That is a fair point.
Jefferson is super cool and super chill. Yeah, his temperature is relatively low. He doesn't try to be too hip, just says what he thinks and expects us to as well. I think he's a genius. Oh my god, I want to marry him. Just joking. Really, I thought he was serious though. This one class is worth all the social dysfunction. Is it though? Is it? 15th of September. Homework is kicking my ass! I bet the teachers grade harder just to stop you from feeling special. That's because you aren't particularly special.
You know nothing.
But Victoria Chase and her snob minions still front. Yeah, front is a nice verb of here. Like the honored guests of Blackwell. The bros here aren't that different. Nathan Prescott is Victoria's male clone. With way more money and attitude, if that's possible. Yes, and you've got no wits, no class. Be cool, Weston, be cool. His family is the oldest in Arcadia Bay, and I heard stories about them when I was a kid. The Prescotts give a shitload of bank to Blackwell. So Nathan acts like he literally owns the school. Yesterday during class, he put his feet on the desk, started texting, and the teacher didn't say jack. I'd get suspended, would you know? But him and Victoria are part of this silly elite Vortex club that puts on popular parties. And so they get their way. It's good to be the king and queen. I don't want to slam everybody. Gee, you really don't? Because so far, there are essentially, well, 3 human beings you have any sort of positive attitude towards. The rest you couldn't memorize. And 2, you are just, well, very extensively criticizing in your own damn journal. So it does really seem like you would love to slam everybody, at the very least the sorts of people who don't immediately, I don't know, bow down to your will. Why would you even... What did these people even do to you? They're not harming you in any way, they're not interacting with you, they're just doing their own thing. Let people be. I do like Kate Marsh. Okay, fine, she likes another person. There's the teacher, this guy, whatever his name was, Mr. something or another. Jefferson. Right. There's, the G guy. Can't remember names too well myself. Gee. We're so alike, aren't we? So what was the guy's name? Didn't like Victoria Chase, I know that. Chloe was judged positively. Warren Graham. Will we actually meet all of these people? Will these be on the test? I do like Kate Moss. She's down the hall and in one of my classes. She's so pretty and sweet and friendly. And gotta put a comma before... It makes her more beautiful than the bitches here like Victoria, who think beauty is just your face and outfit. See? I'm already playing the drama games. No more. The 23rd of September. This is really backbreaking. Well, this is breaking my spirit, really. Finally had a chance to take some actual shots around campus today. A perfect blue sky day. I always forget how great I feel after I take pictures when I've been slacking off. Speaking of pictures, Mr. Jefferson told us about the National Everyday Heroes photo contest he wants us all to enter. The winner gets a trip to San Francisco and lots of publicity. He wants just one photograph from each student. This is exactly why I wanted to come to Blackwell. And of course I'm scared shitless to enter. Of course you are, because you are filled with self-doubt, Max. But considering the sort of a horrible person you seem to be, just vapid, stupid, and having absolutely nothing of value to contribute to society or anything, quite frankly, maybe there is a point to all of this. Maybe you deserve to be filled with self-doubt. I don't know. I don't have much respect for you. At all. At least I have a couple of weeks before the deadline in October, so I have plenty of time to stress and procrastinate. Sigh. I wanted to drop survival horror games, but I don't think anything has ever made me want to play Resident Evil 2 much like this. I want to be goddamn Claire Redfield, okay? Because she may kind of be an ordinary human being, but I think she can tackle things, and she can tackle things with a greater degree of poise, and a greater degree of self-respect, and a greater degree of literally everything than this lady over here can. What is this? Who the hell are you, Maxine, and why are you so atrociously pathetic? The 30th of September. This is hell. I don't know whether I love it or hate it here. Well, I certainly have my opinions. I'm trying to keep up with my science class, of all things. Like I give a shit or even understand it. Be cool, Weston. Be cool. Good thing I know Warren. Too bad I can't clone him and take my place in class. How about you try to use your damn intellect for once? You sorry excuse for a protagonist. Why can't you be smart, Max? Why can't you be smart? Why can't you be the tiniest bit more like me? Why can't you be at least the tiniest bit more relatable as a human damn being? Believe me, it's not that I can't be an 18-year-old girl. I can absolutely dig that. But not this type.
Even this one.
Not this sort.
Just give it time.
Oh my goodness. Talk about being worlds apart.
The difference may seem insurmountable, but I assure you, all of you, it is not.
Well, at least it elicits some emotional reaction in me, doesn't it? At least I'm not indifferent to the narrative. Nothing has happened, I'm just reading. Miss Grant is much cooler than the class. She explains particle physics, so even boneheads like me can kinda understand. I love how she relates society to science and vice versa. I can tell she's committed and passionate about life. Unlike some of us in her class, but I'm trying to engage more, even if it means asking actual questions in class instead of hiding in the back.
She is asking those questions, Weston, you've misread.
Once again, can't relate. Throughout my entire goddamn life, I was the guy who sat at the very front of anything, of whatever. So no, can't relate to sitting in the back of class, in anything, ever.
She isn't.
Not my type of person, as far away from me as humanly possible. Aggravating to try and experience. Logos knows I'm trying to empathize. I am trying to empathize. I am desperately trying to get into the fiction.
And you will.
I want to be you, Max. I want to understand you. I want to help you over here. But you're not making my job any easier than it kinda has to be. Does it have to be? Yeah, whatever. You're not making it have to be any easier than it... You're making it difficult.
Very articulate, yes.
I'm just glad I'm not the only social misfit here. I can relate to being a social misfit. No, I get that. I actually get that. I absolutely do. But she's both dysfunctional and stupid. That's the part that gets me.
Scholarship.
If you're a social misfit, but you're smarter than everyone around you, okay, I can at least respect that. You can't relate to people because there's a rift separating you and them. You don't think like they do. Because you're better than them. Here you have a protagonist who doesn't think like these people do because she's worse than them. In every way, shape, and form.
Here it comes.
As far as there are no redeeming qualities to Max. I repeat, there are no redeeming qualities to Max as a human being. As far as I can tell. She's not particularly bright. She's not particularly social. She's not particularly proactive. Every single thing I've heard about every single protagonist that there is supposed to be. Every single sort of thing you respect about protagonists is absent over here. Every single protagonist out there optimally should have 3 traits. Every single protagonist should be good, proactive, and competent. That's what we want to see in protagonists. We want them to be good rather than evil because we want them to strive to make the world a better place. We want them to be proactive because we want them to actually try to make the world a better place, to get things done. And we want them to be competent because we want them to actually succeed instead of constantly stumbling. She doesn't appear to necessarily be good in any way, shape, or form. I don't know that, but there is no particular goodwill that I have seen at any point. If anything, she's kinda catty. Complaining about every single other girl out there for no particular reason whatsoever. Even though they've done nothing to her. I don't know, maybe they're cold and indifferent, maybe there's something, but there seems to be no overt hostility between these people and her, and yes, she is self-admittedly already playing these sorts of nonsensical social games. So yeah, no higher ground is to be had here as far as social relations are concerned. No sign that she genuinely wants to make the world a better place, or cares about actually anyone other than herself. She is thoroughly self-obsessed as far as I can tell so far. So no goodness in her at all. Proactivity, I can really see proactivity at all over here. She explicitly mentions procrastination. All the sorts of traits she does have seem to be flaws. So no redeeming qualities as far as that is concerned. And talk about competence. No! Self-admittedly, she's filled with doubt and doesn't appear to just be filled with doubt because she is so shy about her own brilliance that is ultimately there. No! There appears to be nothing there. So as far as all 3 traits are concerned, at the very least, we have nothing to go off that would suggest that she is brilliant. At the very least, at best, we don't know. Maybe there is a diamond you can polish your way into if you try hard enough. And at worst, she's just horrible and despicable. With nothing going for her.
All of this based on first impressions, based on her journal entries, some of which have been misread and some of which have been interpreted with extreme prejudice and bias. Sorry.
Now, how much homework are you avoiding? I don't know. How much homework am I avoiding, Max? You tell me. Because apparently I have no say in the matter. If I did, I would focus on my damn responsibilities and I would get everything done to the best of my abilities. Because that's the sort of person I am. What are you gonna do, Max? What are you going to do? What are you going to saddle me with? Because I get to be you. Not through my own personal choice, but you're forcing me to be you. And I don't like being you. One bit. October, my favorite month. Why is October your favorite month, Max? Do you have your birthday there or something? The best weather of the year. I love watching the leaves change color, turning into tiny flames. Okay, you know what? I'll tell you this much. Every single time she actually talks about something artistic, I can kinda get that. That's something I can appreciate. Well, when she describes nature or something, when she actually likes something, that's good. That's great. That's nice. It paints a nice picture. It's basically every single other thing that leaves me filled with disgust.
I am put off by insecurities, but I appreciate her passion.
But it's still too damn hot. Thanks, global warming. Immediate local impact, because that's what global warming is about. And I can't bust out the big coats and sweaters or scary movies yet. Soon. Kate let me borrow The October Country by Ray Bradbury. Ooh, Ray Bradbury, good stuff. I haven't read much by him, which caused Warren to almost revoke my geek cred before I held up my copy of Battle Royale. Okay, we're getting there. Okay, some degree of geekiness. But he nails the atmosphere of small towns. What, Ray Bradbury? Okay. The last time I wore a Halloween costume was with Chloe. Ah, Chloe, okay, yes, Chloe, friend from small town. I have pictures in one of my old albums. I should find a real Halloween party to crash so I can experience some social mingling. Ugh, social mingling? Yeesh. It's that or a Vortex Club Stroke Fest swimming party. Oh, yes, swimming party! Or is that Backstroke Fest? You so punny, Max. Me so punny, me make you laugh long time. At least I'm trying to climb out of my cocoon. Well, try harder! Try to be a better person, Max. My goodness. I shouldn't expect my life to completely change after a few weeks of Blackwell Academy. It's my parents love telling me on a loop, you have all the time in the world. Okay. I got through one thing. 8 pages of the diary. Here are the characters. There's 5 tabs. This will be something I'll be able to refer to. Excellent. Here are the people so far. There's Max. Okay, I have notes on Max. Mr. Jefferson. There's Kate, and then there's Victoria. Episode 1, Chrysalis. Ah, yes, like in StarCraft.
She's not exactly about to become an agent of the Swarm.
What is this?
Let me help you out here, Past Weston. Those are photographs that you are supposed to take.
Well, this tells me that there are 5 episodes. I have no idea what these things are connected to, so maybe I should just give up on trying to guesstimate. Files, what is this? Okay. I guess you interact with objects or something. Okay. Here is the list of messages, SMSs. Let's read the ones from Dad. You have a very special 18th birthday. You're an adult now, but you're still a little girl. Check your account. Don't blow it all at once. And there's the date. In American format, annoying though this may be. Back. Can I press? No, backspace? Backspace works! Good. Can you navigate this via keyboard? Nope. Vim shortcuts? Yeah. Who am I kidding? Messages from Kate. Hey Max, you around? Always. You okay? Did you want to get tea later today? Absolutely, I'll be free after fall. Talk to you later. Alright, Kate. After fall. Tea. Backspace. Mom, happy birthday, Maxine! We can't believe it's been 18 whole years since you were brought to us. EXO. Backspace. Warren. Do you want to meet for coffee after school? I need an excuse to not study. Please! Same minute. Make sure you check out Necromantic on my flash drive. Mwahahaha. Hey, Mad Max, let's bust shit up. Where are the responses? Wait, I have to study for that physics test. So if we bust anything, we also have to measure its velocity. Good stuff, good stuff. Don't ignore this message. I don't see the responses. What are the responses?
There's a very simple answer to that one, Weston.
There were responses to Kate, so it's not like they're not displayed here. Is this guy writing into vacuum?
Yes, he is.
I hope he's not writing into vacuum. That would be, that would not be particularly appreciated. Quite frankly, that would be kind of rude. Respond to a guy. Somehow. She's ghosting him. Okay, 1 page per person, that's fine. Arcadia Bay, AB in Oregon. Got it. Oregon, that's northwest. Oregon Trail and all that. My name is Max Caulfield. And ever since I was a little kid, I knew I wanted to be a photographer. Gotcha. I've always seen the world through my own lens finder. Maybe it's a way for me to be part of the world, but at a safe distance. Yeah, you just want to frame it a particular way. Got it, yes, yes. For some reason, I was always drawn to old analog camera gear rather than digital tech. I love all kinds of styles and techniques, but for me, the instant camera selfie is the one I love most. I don't care if people make fun of me or not. I'm in great company, right? And now I've come all the way back to my childhood home to study photography at Blackwell Academy, a private school for 12th grade seniors. On a scholarship even. How did you get that scholarship, Maxine? How did that happen? That's what I want to know. I originally left behind Chloe, my best friend forever, at least until I left without talking to her once in 5 years. And it feels so weird to be back here without seeing her yet. So I'm 18 now. Okay, so the last time you've seen Chloe, you were 13. Gee, that's great. So I'm 18 now, an official adult, even though I don't always feel so wise or mature. Well, you don't have a reason to do so, Maxine. And I'm ready to begin a whole new life here with retro camera at my side. Say cheese. Okay. Not only is Mark Jefferson one of the best photographers in the world, he's also my teacher, and one of the reasons I wanted to come to Blackwell. How often do you get to be mentored by one of your inspirations? I've always loved his deco and goth style, and he's so versatile with all of his incredible print and advertising work. Still, Jefferson can be a bit condescending. He's pretty hip for his age, but kinda aloof and sometimes pretentious. He has this smug smile when he thinks he's right. But I do think he's preparing us for how tough it is to be a full-time artist. He acts like he understands my own work and obsession with analog images. He really wants me to enter a photo in this Everyday Heroes contest, but I've done a good job of avoiding that. The winner gets to fly to San Francisco to represent Blackwell Academy and get national exposure. I'd like to think my work could be good enough to win, and I'm honored Jefferson even bugs me about the contest. That's good. I've forgotten if I've ever seen Kate Marsh smile or laugh in the past month. She's really sweet and nice, even though the other students make fun of her abstinence campaign. Even if they act immature, everybody at Blackwell are seniors, not high school freshmen. She gets a lot of shit, in fact. Does she? I know she's involved in a lot of religious groups, but she doesn't preach to me, so I don't care. But she's been extra quiet and introverted the past couple weeks. She looks like she's in zombie mode. I wish I could help her, but I can barely help myself. I wonder if all that bullying has worn her down. I can see how it would. I have to make an effort to talk to her more often, maybe invite her to tea or a movie. Although she's an adult, I bet she's not allowed to watch R-rated films. Yeah, movies, whatever. True love waits. Oh. Alright. So that's Kate Marsh. She also sounds horrible, but in a completely different way. At the very least, she's calm and introverted. She's not preachy, which is good. She's religious, which is bad. Well, not up to my taste, really. Not a big fan. But hey, she's not preachy despite being religious. That's really good. Actually, that's a very good principle in general. Because sure, you don't necessarily have to be religious in an overt, formal way. The religious impulse dwells within every single human being, as I happen to know. But the important part is whether or not you do preach. This applies basically in every single facet of life. So sure, believe this or believe that. What matters mostly to me, at least matters a decent bit, is whether you are insufferable because of what you believe, whatever you do believe. Shush, I'm dreaming. Then there's Victoria Chase, the elite of Blackwell Academy, and a total bitch. And I hate saying that. I sincerely doubt that, Maxine. I really do not believe you. I just don't know why somebody who's so rich and beautiful needs to be so fucking mean. Maybe she isn't, Maxine. Maybe that's just the thing. Maybe you look at her and you think she is that way, but that is just you being resentful of her relative wealth. Maybe she isn't actually a horrible person. Maybe she... Okay, let's see. What do I know about the character? Here I am speculating and applying my lens to facts that I have not yet perceived. 18-year-olds at a prestigious academy should be evolving into artists and scholars, not reality show contestants. Victoria does everything for maximum drama. She actually wastes her time calling me out in class and taunting Kate Marsh. Oh, bullying Kate Marsh is completely out of line. And what about bullying Maxine, though? I am Maxine. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, as much as I may not appreciate it. Here's a picture of a plane. Why? What does the plane have to do with it? For reals? Yes, Maxine, for reals. Can you for reals tell me what you think? What do you totes think, Maxine? I think I know what upsets me about this game. It's the writing. It's the style. Yes, this should have presumably been quite obvious from the get-go. Yes, my style of expressing my thought is completely incommensurate with what I'm dealing with here. But then again, you'll have a much easier time telling what is actually written in the fiction versus what I am actually saying. For reals, I wish her parents could see her in action. They'd cut off that trust fund fast. Then again, she's in the Voltex Club, and they seem to own the school, so maybe that's why she doesn't give a shit. The odd thing is that she does know art and photography. Really, Maxine? That's odd? You know, she's actually studying to be an artist alongside you, has an attitude that you have described, and I'll take your word for it, and you're surprised that she actually knows what she's talking about? Let me guess, because it would be significantly more convenient if she was incompetent. Then you would look at her and say, oh look, she's got all the attitude but none of the smarts. She doesn't actually know what she's talking about. She's just mean, but she's also stupid. Well, guess what? She's not stupid, she's just mean, while also being competent at the same sort of thing you want to be competent as. Well, guess you may want to pipe down. She can even say all those French names that break my tongue. Not only is she smart, she's smarter than me. Oh, this is hell. This is hell. I want to go back to being chomped on by zombies. You know, that I can deal with. This on the other hand, this is hell. Her work is a little cold, but she has a good eye. Great! great. What's it? Yeah, and these compliments are just piled on by a person who has all the reasons to hate her. Brilliant. Now, maybe she's wrong. But I sincerely doubt it. Just as a rule of thumb, you know, just as a heuristic, I suppose she's presumably correct. So here we have Victoria Chase, VC over here, being hyper-competent and having a bit of an attitude, a negative attitude, the attitude we do not approve of. She also has an eye for Mr. Jefferson, which is so obvious that I'm embarrassed for her. She does everything but sit in his lap. He keeps his distance, though. We can all tell she's trying to win the Everyday Heroes contest. I'm sure it drives her crazy when there's somebody she can't buy or seduce. Huh.
And I should praise Maxine for having the level of maturity to be able to admit these things, to give credit where it is due.
So that was the girl that actually answered the question. You know, the one who was actually paying attention in class instead of checking her phone or doodling or just sitting there, drooling with her mouth agape or whatever. She was the person actually paying attention. What, does that make her a teacher's pet? And she doesn't look particularly mean as far as this picture is concerned, but what do I know? Here's old Kate, and here's Mark Jefferson. That's about it. I have gotten through the text in the journal that presumably we will be viewing regularly as I update things. What choices will I make as Maxine? Max, can I actually work you into a respectable human being? Can I?
You can and you will. And now, an hour in, let's actually get into the gameplay.
This is Victoria,
This does
right
not
there.
bode well.
And this is Kate right here. All the other people... nameless. 5 of them.
Just jump right in with an answer.
Okay, look at the camera.
I do love my analog camera. I should take a quick picture now.
You know what? Do it. Make it so. Right here in class. Why
This was
not?
in the chapters you read. Shh. I believe Max has taken what you kids call a selfie. A dumb word for a wonderful photographic tradition. And Max has a gift. Of course, as you all know, the photo portrait has been popular since the early 1800s. Your generation was not the first to use images for selfie expression. Sorry, I couldn't resist. The point remains that the portraiture has always been a vital aspect of art and photography for as long as it's been around. Now, Max, since you've captured our interest and clearly want to join the conversation, can you please tell us the name of the process that gave birth to the first self-portraits?
Well? Max, do you see... I did know. Are you asking? I did know!
I did know, but I kind of forgot.
So
You
don't-
either know this or not, Max. Is there anybody here who knows their stuff?
Louis Daguerre was a French painter who created daguerreotypes, a process that gave portraits a sharp reflective style like a mirror. Now you're totally stuck in the retro zone. Sad face.
Very good, Victoria.
That was...
The Daguerrean process brought out fine detail in people's faces, making them extremely popular from the 1800s onward. The first American daguerreotype self-portrait was done by Robert Cornelius. You can find out all about him in your textbook, or even online. Guys, don't forget the deadline to submit a photo in the Everyday Heroes contest. I'll fly out with the winner to San Francisco, where you'll be feted by the art world. It's great exposure, and it can kickstart a career in photography. So Stella and Alyssa, get it together. Taylor, don't hide. I'm still waiting for your entry, too. And yes, Max, I see you pretending not to see me.
Yes, little Delpina, talk to me. Okay, let's...
Victoria doesn't waste a second kissing ass.
You know, she's actually paying attention in class, giving the correct answers to the questions as they are asked by the teacher. She's engaged. She's actually making use of the resources available to her over here at university, which is what I would suggest you do if you want to get anywhere in life. Make use of resources. Look, I didn't make Maxine choose photography. That's kind of beyond me, but at the same time, if she does want to be an artist, then my goodness, it would make plenty of sense to actually, you know, make some effort.
That was amazing when Mr. Jefferson took a class picture the first week. Even though I didn't want to be in the picture at all, it was fairly fucking cool to watch him at work framing us.
It's a photograph, Maxine. I mean, no, she wants to be a photographer. Photographs absolutely make her... Yeah, she's blown away by the idea of photography. Give me 10 hours to cut down a tree and I'll spend 9 of them sharpening my axe. I regret nothing, except my attitude, but that will change, though gradually. Now that I have the background information, I can put what is going on in perspective. I hope you will follow my journey into the next episode of my Life is Strange playthrough. Thanks for watching, and you will see me elsewhere.